My name's Lois Davis, Ms. Lois Davis, and that's about as far as I go with titles.
Okay, I want to move on to green energy now, probably something close to your heart. Sellafield, that's doing a good job, isn't it? Reprocessing the world's waste and turning it back into energy and powering our homes again?
Well, the Greens are not that keen on nuclear energy, as you know. There are some arguments for it in terms of it being a cost-effective energy source, but there are many arguments that say whatever its potential cost effectiveness, the risks are far too high, and we've seen that on a number of occasions in the past where there's been huge nuclear tragedies. We feel very strongly that renewables such as solar, wind power, in Britain we've got a lot of potential for wind power and even more potential for sea power, because we've got such a huge and wiggly coast that we could really do an awful lot in that respect.
Okay, well, in that huge and wiggly coast, one of the things you can see from Sellafield is the wind turbines in the Irish Sea. Would you not think that a beautiful area spoilt by lots of wind turbines and then soon to be spoilt by lots of super high pylons, which is taking this green energy to the people, actually bypassing a lot of the people that have to look at these wind farms out in the Irish Sea?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you should say that, because another aspect of the way we're looking at energy issues is localised energy. If, for instance, you in your wonderful studio building here had your own internal energy generation system, which nowadays is possible, the technology is there, we just need to invest enough money to progress it and see it becoming financially viable, say, for an organisation like yours, that makes a big step towards avoiding transporting energy over the country.
Well, I mean, it's not uncommon to see solar panels, even in the village next to Sellafield, Seascale, for example. Solar panels are seen right next to the world's first nuclear reprocessing plant. But the incentive is not there in the way it was per kilowatt hour. So how would you, as a member of the Green Party, encourage people, say, in that village to invest in and keep it local?
Well, what you really need is you need government help. You need some sort of investment or encouragement for people to make those investments. I myself here, living in Battersea, I live in a ex-council block that's got a very nice flat roof that could get lots and lots of sun, and we as a residents co-op looked into getting solar panels on our roof, but they're just not economically viable at the moment because the government has cut their...
So, you as a Green Party, would you bring down the price of solar panels? Would you stomp up the return to the owner in kilowatt hours, what they can sell back to the national grid? Would you have that as one of your policies?
We will be publishing our manifesto on the 22nd, and I have to admit I haven't looked sort of closely enough at exactly what measures we would take as a party, but I can assure you that the investing in, promoting, encouraging renewable energy is a key element to our policies.
Renewable energy as in nuclear, as in reprocessing?
Well, renewable as in clean renewable.
Okay. Would you close Sellafield?
Again, I think we would.
You think you wouldn't?
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
Hang on, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Can I just say that again?
Take your time. It's a big question.
It is a big question. I know that in the Green Party we do have some believers in nuclear power, so we're still discussing, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure what our manifesto is going to say on the 22nd.
So it's yes to nuclear, but with gritted teeth for the Green Party?
You could say that. And what is important for us is to not rely on nuclear energy as the only solution. What we want to see is research and development into cleaner, safer, other ways of achieving nuclear energy.
So you wouldn't put it, say your party got in, you wouldn't put a halt on the Moorside developments then? These are the nuclear plants that are coming north of Sellafield. You would let that continue?
We will have to see exactly what the manifesto says on the 22nd in terms of small details like that. I'm only really able to give you our overview.
Okay. One final point now. Would you ever visit the area and do some research yourself?
I've visited the area and done some protesting.
When was that?
A couple of years ago.